Oh, hi, good day. Welcome to Manor Park. Tim and I are doing the walkabout of the cars that have come in this week for our sale, which is next week. So we're getting ready now. This is our last walkabout before the sale. But before we start that, just want to say, in all seriousness, we just had a phone call off Jenny, who is the wife of a chap called Ken Rogers, who was a beautiful man who bought cars off us, sold cars through us. Very talented engineer. Lots of people knew him, but unfortunately he's just passed away, and Jenny has just told us. So we send our respect and our regards, and we will miss him because he did videos for us as well. He was a very entertaining and funny chap. And, you know, all our respects and thoughts go to the family. And we'll miss you, Ken.
We will. Okay,
so
we'll move on, Jim.
Let's move on.
Okay, so the first car we're going to show everybody today is this lovely Saab. So 7th of December, this one's available for sale, together with all the other cars we're going to show you today. This one's something special.
It's very nice, isn't it?
Yeah, so what we've got here, Jim, is an Abbott converted Saab. So Abbott are the recognised conversion company to use with Saabs.
Yeah.
Together with Hirsch is the other one.
Yes.
The Abbott tend to be modified, the 90s cars and the 80s cars. This one here is lovely in red. It's done 145,000 miles.
That would be nice.
It would, wouldn't it? Yeah. It had about £4,500 worth of Abbott racing kit fitted to the car.
Wow.
So not only does it present very nicely, but it also goes really well as well. Full leather interior as well. You've got a walnut dash there as well. So it just a lovely looking. And I think the 3-door version really suits the shape of these cars.
I do. I think they're fabulous looking cars, these, and again with the wheels as well, and the colour. I know it's I don't know. It's not maroon. It's not red, is it? It's kind somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. It's a nice looking red. I must admit. We've got an MOT on this one through till summer next year. Guide price on that is somewhere between £8,000 and £9,000, Jim.
Nice.
Yep, very nice car that.
Yep.
So come and see that one. On to the next, which is over here.
Yes.
So next up, Jim, we've got a couple of RSs.
We've got more than a couple.
More than a couple. Okay,
yes.
Well, let's have a look at the first one then. So what do we know about this one?
Well, this is an RS Focus.
Yep.
Okay, in the blue, which is beautiful colour. It's a very, very nice car. And the vendor has just had the bonnet painted because it was a little chippy.
Right.
So he went and had it painted, so it gives you an indication of how well the car's good.
Jim, isn't it?
It's fabulous.
Yeah. Great match.
But it's done, so there's nothing to do to this car.
No.
It has had some modifications, but not cosmetically. It's more mechanical.
Yeah.
So from a visibility point of view, the car looks completely stock standard, and that's good.
Yep.
What's under the bonnet? Yes, it has had some upgrades on the brake horsepower, but the nice thing is you can change that back to standard if you wished.
Looks clean, doesn't it?
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Looks clean.
Great colour, very tidy, nice history.
Yeah.
Nice car, that.
So we've got an MOT on that one till October 2025. Price-wise on that one, Jim?
It's going to be somewhere between 19, 21, 22 maybe.
Okay.
But it's a lot of car, and it's not, I must say this, you see a lot of these that are being messed with and they're battered and destroyed and, you know, stolen, recovered, all those things. This is not that car. This is a nice car.
Yep. Okay, that's a clean one.
It's a clean one.
This second RS is an RS 1600i.
It is. This is a re-entry.
Yep.
The gentleman has reduced it significantly. It is on French plates. It is French registered, but it's the simplest thing in the world to put on English registration. It costs £55 to do, and whatever the road tax is.
Okay.
And you fill the form in, and that is it. It's dead simple to do.
Right.
But it is left-hand drive. It is still registered in France, and who knows, it may go back into Europe.
May well do.
But it is a
sunroof as well.
Non-sunroof car. People seem to like that, but it's all there.
Yes.
Yes, it needs a bit of getting at, but it is all there. It's a nice car.
I mean, considering it must be nearly 40 years old now.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. And it is an RS 1600i, which is probably one of the rarest RSs.
So price-wise on that one, Jim?
Price-wise on that one is somewhere between 9 and 11.
Okay, 9 and 11 on that one.
Which is a lot of car for the money.
Then. Okay.
And just as a caveat to all that, you can convert them to right-hand drive.
You can, can't you?
Rather simply.
Yes.
It's the beauty of 80s cars.
Indeed.
Yes.
Okay then. Another RS.
Another RS.
So this, obviously, RS Sapphire.
RS
Sapphire.
Sierra
It's a
Sapphire.
Yeah, it's a 4x4, so makes it a little bit rarer.
Yes.
This, in my mind, is the best colour. Moonstone blue.
Moonstone blue, it's correct.
It's a great colour. You've got the full leather interior on this one. I think the key with this one, Jim, it's one owner from you.
Is it really?
Which to me is bonkers, because we see a few of these.
Yes,
and
they have multiple owners.
They have gone through a few. I think people tend to use them for maybe a couple of years and think, right, I've ticked that box, I'm going to move on to the next. But this one has had one owner from you. It appears to be very, very original. You've got some bonnet grills here. I'm not sure whether they would have those as
They would.
or not.
They would have those. I mean, I think it's had a bit of paint here and there, but do you know what?
They all have.
Well, they all have, but that is easy to put right should you wish to. It's the one owner. That can never be replicated,
that's the key, isn't it?
Ever.
Yeah.
So you've got a one owner Sierra Cosworth Sapphire. You've got a bit of a thing there.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Belts have been done, just over 106,000 miles. It's got an MOT on it. We're looking at somewhere between 20 and 22 grand for that one.
Wow.
So it'll be interesting to see how well that one goes, because yeah, I think they're slightly underrated. I think the 3-door versions of the Sierras have maybe taken the shine off these, but I think these are one to look at.
You say that, you know, everyone has their favourite. You know, you go into a cafeteria and you might pick, you know, Black Forest Gatto or apple strudel. Which one's right? Which one's wrong?
Who knows?
I
Jim?
don't know.
Nice.
For me, it's apple strudel, by the way. But anyway,
Indeed.
but there you go. So
Nice
everyone
analogy.
has. Yeah, it was a nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What are you doing for lunch? Anyway, so so that's the way I look at it. Yeah, everything's not for everybody, but that is for somebody.
I think that's fair enough.
So that is somebody's apple strudel.
That is somebody's. Yes, indeed. In the cafeteria, as you say. Right. Okay. On to this one here. So this is a huge hunk of Range Rover motoring.
Yes.
It's a Vogue. It's a TD-V8.
It is.
So I think this is the 3.6.
This is the 3.6.
Yeah. This one has done 110,000 miles, I think.
It has.
Looking at it. MOT through to November 25.
Yep.
And you know what? It looks pretty clean to me.
It looks very clean. It's been a long-term ownership. It's been 12 or 13 years. It's just got too big for the lady and gentleman now.
Yeah.
And, you know, here it is. But someone's going to get themselves a right lump of car there. That is beautiful.
Yeah. So that's a 2008, I guess, on an 08 plate. We're looking at somewhere between £5,000 and £6,000 for that one, Jim. And when you consider what these were new, I mean, that is a huge amount of car for the money.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but with Range Rovers, I think it's one of the one of the cars out there that people struggle to know what year it is. So if you put a personalised plate on that, no one will know how old that is, because it could be anything.
It could be 2002, or it could be 2012, or whatever. This one's a 2008, isn't it?
It is.
And very clean.
And very clean, and a good colour combination as well.
Yeah, super.
Okay.
Okay, we did a Maserati last week.
We did.
Let's have a look at this. So this is a little Kombi.
Yes.
VW Kombi. Left hooker.
Yep.
I guess it's from the States, maybe?
Well, I know a little bit about this, because this came off another friend of ours, James, who brought it to us. It started life in the States. He thinks it was California. And then it went to Japan. So it went from one hot part of the world to another. And it lived in Japan for many years, and he brought it over from Japan about 18 months, 2 years ago. But it's cute, isn't it?
It's very cute. And what's more, the colour combination really suits it, doesn't it?
It does. And guess what? It's a splitty. And that makes it even more unique.
Yeah.
You know, there are Kombis about, but there aren't many splitties. And yes, it's maybe a different colour combination. It started life, but it is extremely clean and tidy.
It is, isn't it?
And it isn't molested. There's a few little bits of cosmetics here and there, but you'd expect that.
Yeah. But considering its age, what's that, mid to late 60s
on the knee, isn't it? Yes, it's late 60s.
67.
67, yeah.
It's the same age as me, Jim.
Is it?
It is indeed.
Well, it's in a bit better condition than you.
This or that.
You're like twins.
Yeah, split screen.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Price-wise on that one, Jim?
That's going to be somewhere between £13,000 and £15,000.
Okay. Yeah. That
and
sounds
again,
about right.
I think that is exceptionally cheap, because I've seen these
right, doesn't it?
do £25,000, £30,000.
Yeah.
So someone's in for a bit of a treat with that. And it does drive exceptionally well, I'm told.
Super. Okay, good.
Okay,
on to the next then.
On to the next.
Jim, on to the next, and it's a Porsche Boxster. 2.5.
Yeah.
To me, it looks very, very original spec. It's a nice looking car, very usable little classic these. One or two little cosmetic things, but nothing to worry about too much at all,
No.
considering the age of it.
No.
You've got nice leather interior. This one's also a Tiptronic.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So automatic motoring there. Something nice for the spring, summer.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Price-wise, you're probably looking somewhere £5,000 or £6,000 on this one.
Wow. What a car for the money, isn't it?
It is.
It's got a nice private plate on. Does that come with it?
Yes, it does. It does come,
nice
and
plate.
what's more, it comes with a long MOT on it as well.
I think it was just done this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. So as good as 12 months worth of MOT.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I say, looks pretty original.
It looks pretty good, and I believe there's been long-term ownership as well.
It has a local car.
Yes.
Just across the water.
Yeah. Okay.
So that will make a nice little sporty classic for somebody.
Yeah, we do like a Boxster.
78,000 miles as well. 78,000.
That's
so
nice.
nice low mileage.
That's
on that
nice. Now,
Now, this is something special.
I'm right excited about this.
Are you?
I am.
Are you getting a little bit moist at the thought of a Citroen BX estate?
Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe. It's
So, well, tell us about this, Jim, because
It's-
this is great, isn't it?
Yeah. Where do I start? It's a 1991 Citroen BX Estate diesel.
Right.
Okay, with the upgraded alloy wheels, but the vendor, who's a lovely guy, Jed, and I think he's right, this is the only one on the road
Blimey.
in the UK.
Wow.
Now, it's done 171,000 miles, but that Citroen diesel engine,
They can
it's
take
barely
it, can't
running.
They can take it.
It's got
Yeah.
an absolute host of history. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Service book goes on and on and on and on and on. The interior is fabulous.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing for a car of this age and that mileage. There's a little bit of bodywork here and there, but you know what?
Yes.
A lot of people wouldn't bother
Yeah.
because it's
Just use it as it is.
just use it as it is. The suspension works, it's just been serviced, the belts have been done, it's
Right.
turnkey, it's ready to go. And
Right.
Jed drove it 80 odd miles to us. And believe it or not, and I think it's still in it, and it'll
Yeah.
come with the car, there's a Bee Gees CD in. And he drove over with the Bee Gees blaring away. So, yeah, well
You
done,
can
Jed.
channel your inner Barry Gibb then when you're motoring around this.
Yeah, yeah.
Brilliant. That's brilliant, isn't it?
So it is, but it's beautiful.
It's a rare thing, isn't it?
I just think it's spectacular. French cars were something special
Yep.
then, because
Yep.
they were quite unique and angled and proper.
Yep.
Things have moved on somewhat now, but this was built by or designed by somebody with a pen and pencil and a pad rather than a computer, and that's
Yeah.
evidence when
All
you
the
look
better
at it.
for it.
Yeah, I think so. Just find another one.
Price-wise, I'm hearing a whisper.
Price-wise,
It's
well-
a no reserver.
No reserver.
We like a no reserve.
We do. We do, but
Okay, that's something special for somebody then.
I've got a sneaky feeling this will do quite well, this car.
Well, yeah, I think it will. I remember that XM we had in, the Citroen XM,
Yeah.
which was a no reserve. And
Yeah.
that actually flew, didn't it?
It did.
On the day.
It's the French thing. You know, there's
Yeah.
a big following for French cars now. So,
Yep.
yeah, there you are.
Okay, super. Right then, let's have a look at this then. So it's a Land Rover. It's a Series 2A apparently.
Yeah.
It's on a J, so it's a 1971.
71-ish.
Now this one has got the later 2.5 litre diesel fitted to it.
Okay, so it makes it a more drivable car.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was driven to the our destination venue here.
Yes.
It was driven here. It looks pretty clean, pretty straight. It does everything that a Landy needs to do. It's in the right colour.
Yeah.
The interior looks pretty tidy as well.
Yeah. But it is your archetypal Land Rover, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
how they look, and that's how it should look.
Yeah. It's recently had a new alternator, master cylinder and slave cylinder as well.
Wow.
So it's had a little bit of stroking, a little bit of TLC over the last few months.
Yeah.
We're just discussing price on that one at the moment, Jim. We'll have to come back on that one, but have a look at the website if you want to know more about this one.
Yep. Okay.
And we've also got another Landy here, Jim, as well. So this one's a bit later. This one's on a G.
Yeah, 1989.
89. So this one is a Defender 110 Highline.
Well, this is a bit different. This car come from
talk
South
me
Africa.
about this one.
Yeah, South African car originally.
Yep.
So the car was built in South Africa by Land Rover.
Yep.
The Highline was an individual specification that they did just there. So it has a galvanized chassis, galvanized bulkhead.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
This one has oodles of extras on it. it's just fabulous. It needs a bit of paint here and there, but you know what? I wouldn't do it. I'd leave it. It's the 9-seater, so it has all the interior of the seats. It's got the safari windows in the top. It's got sliding windows in the rear. It's got a roof rack. It's got an awning. It's got a ladder. It's got front and rear tow bars. It's got a winch. It's got the bull bar. It's got the individual steps. It's pretty much got everything.
It's a big spec, isn't it?
And it's got aircon.
And
aircon, which was a South African thing. So it's pretty much the full package.
That's super, isn't it? That's absolutely super.
That is. And I think that's a fun Land Rover, that.
We've got an MOT through to October 25.
We have. It's just been MOT'd. I think this car is somewhere around about £10,000 to £12,000.
Yep.
But I think that's a bit of a sleep. I think that'll surprise us all.
Agree. That's super.
It is.
Okay, then. And then we've got a couple of Jags here as well.
Yeah, and a lovely story with these.
So
I'll just shut the bonnet on this one.
E-Type, we've got a Series 2, and I'm guessing it's a 4.2. And we've also got
and this is a 2.4.
Well. So this is a 2.4 on the wires.
Yes.
Projects, both of them, Jim.
And they live together. They came from the same home, and they've only come to us through, unfortunately, a deceased estate. But these cars live together. The gentleman who owned them was a fanatical Jaguar man, but things happened and time took over. But this is a manual 2.4. I think, you know me, it's red and it's on wire wheels. So I automatically want it.
Ticks that box straight away,
and it's got red seats.
Oh, blimey.
And red carpets.
Yeah.
So this is me to a T.
It is. Yeah.
But yes, it's a restoration project. But you know what? All the bits are with it. The spats are on the back seat. It's got new chrome. If you look under the bonnet, there is actually, you can see new bits on the engine. The engine block is recently painted. We haven't tried to start it, as we don't.
Yep.
But I don't think there's an awful lot to do to this. Yes, you're going to paint it, of course you are. But it's all there.
Yep.
It's all there.
Yep. And it's the Mark II shape. It's just brilliant, isn't it?
It's fabulous.
It's such a great
It's fabulous. And the interesting thing about it as well, and this, I've just done the write-up on it, it's the V5 and the HPI show it as two owners. So it shows that the first gentleman had it until 1978, and then the vendor bought it from 78 to now.
Okay. So long-term ownership.
Well, that's what the V5 and the HPI, but there's a piece of paper in the history, which I've left in the history, which suggests that it was originally a demonstration car from a dealership called Hoffman's in Halifax.
Right.
Back in the 60s.
Right.
And then some other bits and pieces, but as we know, DVLA aren't always correct. So, but come and have a look and make your own mind up.
Come and have a look at.
Yeah.
As is this one here from the same home.
As is this one.
So, I love an E-Type.
Yeah.
Oh. He went, skating then. Yeah, I love an E-Type. So this one is a 4.2. It's a Series 2.
Yep.
Does that reg come with the car?
It does. Yeah, the reg comes with the car.
Yeah, so that's a nice reg there. So again, another project.
Yes.
And there are bits and pieces inside by the looks of it.
Again, it comes with a lot of bits.
Okay.
A big service history on this as well.
Yep.
Again, it's on the wires. It's white. It has got this sunroof in, which is probably from the 70s, I guess.
So 70s.
So 70s. But you know what? It's not for everybody, and I get that.
Yeah.
But you could make that our Basto style sunroof quite easily.
I think that would be better.
So don't worry about that too much.
I think that would be better.
Again, it's a project, but there's a lot of parts with it, and there's a lot of new parts there wrapped in bubble wrap if you look inside the car.
Yeah.
So
price-wise on these two, Jim, what are we looking at? Let's deal with the two first. What have we got on
here's
that
the thing. Wouldn't it be great if they both went to the same person and
that
the cars stayed together?
That would be fantastic.
It'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yes.
However, that doesn't always happen. That one is somewhere between £5,000 and £6,000, the Mark II, which, again, I think that's phenomenal value when you look at it. The E-Type, now here's the thing. This could be as low as £10,000 to £12,000.
Okay. Right.
It will be an absolute criminal thing if it is that sort of money, but it could be. This should and hopefully will
do that
be.
all day, shouldn't it, really?
Yeah. Now, when have you seen an E-Type for that sort of money like this?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we've had rolling chassis that have made more than this.
Yeah. Cool.
So, and then the car we forgot about, if we can creep through, is this little beastie
tucked in the corner here.
Yeah.
So this, it's badged as a Golf GTI.
That's what it is.
It is a Golf GTI, but certainly it's no ordinary GTI.
It's no ordinary GTI. No, the gentleman who owns it was making it into a track car, race car.
Right.
It's road registered, it's legal, it's
Okay.
it's all
Okay.
you know, V5 and everything else. But he's spent, and the bits are in it, and I can quite believe it. Time has ran away with him.
Yep.
There's £10,000 worth of work.
Blimey.
That's just parts. The engine has been done. There's a full welded-in roll cage.
Yep.
It's got sports seats. It's fireproofed. It's
Yep.
got the Perspex windows. It's got the lot.
Yeah.
So it could either be a very fast, interesting road car. It could be a track car, hill climb car, but it is road legal.
I mean,
So-
the world's your oyster with that, really.
You can
just
make it
turn
whatever you
into
want.
Anything you want to,
It can
really.
be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. But it ticks the boxes in that it's a GTI, it's red, and it's a 3-door.
Bingo.
Tick, tick, tick.
Tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
And as I say, there's £10,000 worth of bits, the gentleman says. Again, read the write-up on this because
Yeah.
the gentleman's provided us with the information which we've put on our write-up for you to read and what it's got. But again, as we always say, you're more than welcome to come and have a look and satisfy yourself as to what you see,
Yeah.
not just with the Golf, with everything.
Yeah.
But come and have a look.
Particularly, yeah, I mean, people need to come and see this. I
They
think.
do. Yeah,
Likewise, the
and
Jag,
that, projects
and
are a
the E-Type.
personal
Project,
thing, aren't they?
yeah,
Everyone sees different things in a
exactly
project.
see. Come and see exactly what you're getting for
Yeah,
your money.
and not everything is as bad as you may think. Some things are very, very good.
Yeah. Okie doke.
Right, moving on.
Jim. So we looked at the two Jaguar projects over there, Jim, the E-Type and the Mark II.
Yep.
Here's another Mark II, finished in this lovely opalescent blue, which is my favourite Jaguar colour. When I was a lad, I think my dream car was an E-Type Jag in this colour. Beautiful. This one's a Mark II in the colour, so it's still as fetching. It's a project, obviously. It needs a bit of work. It needs getting at. But I think underneath it all, there's a car there. There's tons of spares available in the car itself. And just a super looking car. 2.4 litre, that one, Jim.
Yes.
Nice reg on it as well. It's a 1962. So it's an early Mark II. So again, like any other projects, come and have a look at it.
Yeah, as you say, all the bits are there, aren't they?
All the bits are there.
Or
As far as I can
appear
see.
to be there anyway.
Yeah, as far as I can see. I mean, it's showing 84,000 on the clock. Who knows?
But if
Who
it's been
knows?
rebuilt, it matters not a jot, does
Not
it?
really. Not
No.
really. Stacks of chrome, stacks of presents there.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that front end.
Well, there's nothing like a Mark II, was there?
It's just brilliant, isn't it?
Imagine turning up on a swinging 60s and
Swinging
that.
sti- absolutely.
You've arrived, haven't you?
You've arrived.
Yeah.
You see that?
As you
really-
probably did.
Ish.
Yeah.
Late 60s, maybe. In my pram. Yeah.
Yes.
Right then. Okay. No reserve on that one.
No reserve. Wow.
That's
Well,
a
there's
no
an
reserve on
opportunity,
that
eh?
one. Great opportunity. On to the next end, Jim. Now, wow.
We love a Datsun.
This is a super, super rare bit of kit. We've had a few Sunnies in, haven't we? And they've sold very,
They've
very well.
blown us away, haven't they?
Absolutely flown. This one is a cherry. So
Yes.
it's a 120A F2 Datsun cherry, but it's a fastback.
Yes.
And the styling of these is just sensational.
Yeah.
In the day, Datsun cherries, Datsun Sunnies were everywhere.
So what year is this?
So this is an R-Red, so it's a
76.
1976, 77.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what's going
77
through my
actually.
mind? Yeah, and this is a question I always think of. In 1976, 77, what were we making as a country? Marinas, Allegros,
Yeah. Yeah.
Escorts,
Yeah.
and the Japanese turn up with
Yeah,
this.
or
Changed the
something like
world.
that. Absolutely.
Changed the world.
That styling is great.
Yeah, but it had heaters and had radios, it had sports seats.
Yeah, I mean, look
This-
at the
fabulous.
interior. I mean, and this really prompted a whole change in British cars and the way they were made as well.
Yes.
I mean, the standard equipment on something like this was
it's amazing,
phenomenal
isn't it?
for the day.
It's amazing.
And you knew on a winter's day,
It's
like
going to
today,
start
it
like
was going to
today.
start.
It's going to
It was-
start. Yes.
And this one, it's not in bad nick at all, considering how old it was and considering most of these have just melted away into dust over the years.
They have.
It's amazing it's still here.
Yeah.
I heard it running the other day and it sounds as sweet as a nut. That little engine just ticks along beautifully. Bucket seats in there, or bucket style seats.
Again, but they were standard.
Fastback styling.
Yep.
Somewhere between £9,000 and £11,000 we think we'll buy that. For what is a super, super rare car.
Again, based on the previous history of the other Datsuns we've had, that should do more than that.
I think so. I
Me
think
too.
so.
It's a
It's
very
tax
pretty
and MOT
car.
exempt as well, of course, because of its
Yeah.
age. That is a great little slice of Japanese motoring there.
It is.
For somebody. Right, okay, on to the next then, Jim. So then, Jim, here's another Land Rover. We've got a few in the next sale on the 7th of December. This one's a super early one, late 40s.
Wow,
Series
nice.
1. But the nice thing about this is it's got the original engine, the 1600 engine, still fitted. It's matching numbers.
Yeah.
The vendor tells us it's had about £15,000 spent on it.
Well, do you know, I'm just looking at it. I'm looking at the wheels, the tyres. There's little bits and pieces which you can see there's money being spent on it.
Yeah.
But he's kept the patina.
He's kept the patina, yeah, and he's kept important things like this. So, Charlotte, just come round here.
Yes, the grille.
So the lights behind the grille. Good sign on that. That's an early one. It's got the ring pull gearbox as well.
Woof.
And I mentioned before, it is matching numbers. The one thing with this car, so let's just be open with this one. So it's not presently recognised by DVLA. The existing owners had it over 40 years.
Well, that might be the reason why.
So obviously it's missed going on the computerised record at some stage, which I believe was the early 80s.
Yes.
The heritage certificate is in the file. So there's a conversation to have between DVLA and the new owner about getting this registered and getting up-to-date V5.
Okay, so if it's got a heritage certificate, that means it's recognised by...
Yes.
Yeah, sort of British motoring heritage.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
well, that's not such of a problem then, because
I don't think
as
so.
you say, DVLA will talk to them and away you go.
Well, you'd hope so.
So it exists.
It exists, and the heritage certificate is present.
That's
and
fine.
obviously it exists because it's here.
I wouldn't. Well, not so much that. I'm just thinking it's known by Land Rover, hence the heritage certificate.
It is.
So therefore,
That's
the
a good
DVLA,
start, isn't it?
DVLA will follow
That
suit.
is a good start.
I wouldn't worry too much about that.
So, price-wise, £25,000 we reckon on this one. So there's a bit of legwork to do to get your V5, but it ticks all the boxes in terms of being able to do that, I would say.
And it's a great number plate.
It's a lovely
if that
number
comes
plate,
with it, that
actually.
is a fantastic number plate.
It is. It is.
So, yeah. But it just looks well, doesn't it?
It looks great.
It just
looks great.
It's solid, it's neat. The top, it looks relatively new, new tyres.
I mean, 75 years old, Jim. I mean, it's unbelievable, isn't it, to me? The fact it's still here.
Yeah.
75 years, it's bonkers.
They were
bonkers.
great though, weren't they? You just look at the styling.
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah.
People
Utilitarian, but all the better for it.
People always say about 911s, you can look at a very early 911 and take it all the way through to the present day and you instantly know what it is. Yeah. Same with a Land Rover.
Absolutely.
It's never without doubt what this is.
Right, next up, Jim, 2 Fords.
Yes.
What have we got?
Well, we got another RS, which is great because we love our RS collection this sale.
Yep.
But this is a little bit different. It's an RS 2000, but it's a flat front. Okay. Now, there'll be some people out there think that can't be an RS 2000. They have a droop snoop. Most of them did, but there was flat fronts. They did make them. This is one of them.
Okay.
It has been ever so slightly modded, but you know what?
Yes.
This was done when it was restored a few years ago. It's beautiful. The paintwork is amazing.
Yep.
It's had a bit of work on the engine, but as in carburettor, filters, and engine brace. But the engine's all very, very pretty. It's got these racing seats in it. Again, you could put them back to standard and put standard seats in. It's got the red on the door panels. And again, that could go back to black if that's what you wanted to do.
Yes.
But it's all there. It sounds amazing. Yep. It's got the right wheels. It's got the fog lights on the front, which is very much a thing back in the day.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Very much a thing. So it's 1979, 1980.
Yep.
So the start of the 80s, if you had one of those, wowee.
Yeah. Paintwork's nice on it as well, Jim.
Paintwork, it's just so fresh. It's just so nice. It's come from a collection.
Okay.
It's just lovely, but yeah, I mean, look at it. Matching tyres, correct wheels, spotlights.
Super.
It's lovely. The corner bumpers, little rather than the full bumpers. It's just takes me back to my youth.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
It is.
Price-wise on that one?
Price-wise on that one is going to be somewhere between 21 and 24. So, again, it's a lot cheaper than some of the RSs we've had before, but it's also a lot rarer.
Indeed.
So that's nice.
Yeah, that is nice. And on to this here.
Yes.
So this is right up my street. Little Fiesta, Mark 1, Bravo Special Edition, two-tone, which is correct. I believe they came in blue as well, two-tone blue. This one's the grey.
Just a question for you.
Is it Mercury Grey?
Is that Mercury Grey?
No, it's not.
You sure it's not reminiscent of an XR2i?
No, it's not Mercury Grey.
Looks very grey to me.
It does.
You sure?
It does. I'm 100%
just when you said it
sure.
up, I thought, here we go. He's going to get misty-eyed.
I'm getting misty-eyed already because I do like a Fiesta. The interior is super. The exterior is nice as well. It's on the aftermarket RS style alloys as well.
Yeah.
It would have come with steels originally, but that's just a nice little thing. You've got the centre console there, you've got the sunroof, nice chrome bumpers. I am a fan of the earlier Fiestas with the chrome.
Yeah, I am.
The slimline bumpers there.
Well, this is where it all started, isn't it?
This is where it all started. Yeah. And these are such a sweet little car.
They are.
1.1 engine, 4-cylinder. Keeps up with modern traffic, no problem at all.
Yeah.
But it's just a great little slice there.
It just looks lovely, doesn't it?
Car.
Yeah, it just
with
looks
it being
lovely.
a Bravo as well, that just makes it a little bit more special.
Yeah.
I think price-wise on that, are we looking at 7-ish, something like that?
£7,000-8,000.
Yeah.
But you know what will be interesting? I don't think there'll be many of these left now.
No, I think you're right.
Fiesta Mark 1s, let alone Bravos.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very rare car, that.
You could take that to any classic car show, and I think people will be swarming around it.
Oh, yeah.
Because of what it is.
Yeah, me too.
Great.
I do think, I know you said the wheels, but you know what? I think they work.
Yeah, it kind of suits it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it was great. That's easily changed.
Yeah. Well, it's a stereotypical British classic. It's an MG B, rubber bumper, 1977, just over 80,000 miles, comes with the benefit of 12 months MOT. It's
very nice.
It's very nice. It's got the aftermarket leather seats with piped in green, which suit the interior really nicely.
Yeah.
It's just a straight car. There's one or two little cosmetic things on it, but when you look at MGBs, always have a look at the seams on top of the
they're very good, aren't they? So along here is perfect.
Bottom of the front wings, that's good as well. All solid. You've got the nice chrome wheel embellishers on it as well.
Yeah.
£5,000 for that one, Jim.
Really?
Which I don't think is bad.
Or a bit above.
All. Yeah, or a bit above. Yeah.
Well, that is nice.
Not bad at all. That for that.
It looks stock standard. I know it's had the upgrade leather, but that's a thing.
Yeah.
Rubber bumper as it should be. Ross styles, as you say. That's
sits right, doesn't it?
Yeah, with a little bit of fat. Maybe you'd argue you just paint the wheels back.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, very happy at that.
And then we're on to the Astra.
Yes.
So on the face of it, from 10 yards away, it looks like an Astra GTi Mark 1.
Very much so. It's got the seats. It's got the dashboard.
Yep.
It's got the body kit. Got the badges.
It's a 1.3S masquerading.
Masquerading, there's it.
That's a good word, isn't it? Masquerading as a GTE. And it looks the part, doesn't it?
Masquerading. You'll be using the word gusset next. But anyway.
I'm not sure I will. But well, anyway, moving on. Yeah, it looks the part, doesn't it, Jim?
It does.
Paintwork is a little bit flat, or I don't know, maybe that might cut back or not, but
so what? It's a fun car.
It's a fun car.
It's a fun car.
It's one to use.
It's a great starter classic as well.
You've got the Digi dash as well.
Yeah, well, that's a big thing on this.
Which is quite nice.
Which the 1.3 wouldn't have had, but this has.
Definitely not.
So
definitely not.
Someone has, they put a lot of time and effort into this.
They have. It's a 3-door as well.
Yeah.
Which is, favourable, I would say.
Yeah.
And it's a rare thing in its own right. A Mark 1 Astra is pretty rare these days.
Yeah, it is. But it lends itself so well to being what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So,
now, because it's a kind of a take, if you like, on a GTE, rather than being 15, 16, 17,000, it's going to be 5 or 6.
And it's insurable if you're a first-time classic car owner.
Exactly.
So for our younger brethren, it's perfect, isn't it?
Just makes it a bit more affordable.
Yeah, makes it interesting, doesn't it? Okay.
Let's have a wander over here.
Let's look at this.
We've done a few Jags today, and we know about a Daimler we did last week, which is a project.
Yes.
Here's another Daimler. It's a 250 V8.
Mm.
Very, very nice in this. I think they call it willow green.
It's a great colour.
It's a lovely colour.
It's a great colour.
You've got the Webasto roof as well.
And the interior that goes with it. If you look at the interior, look at that.
Yeah.
What a great colour combination.
That's showing just over 65,000 miles. You've got the nice chrome embellishment on the wheels as well. Late 60s, I would suggest on that one, Jim.
Yeah. But
on the F, needs a little bit of getting.
It's a little bit, bottom of the doors, the boot lid, but you know what? That is a real fresh looking car.
Yeah, and it's rare in that colour.
It's very rare.
It's very rare in that colour. Price wise on that one, Jim. I think we're looking at about £7,500, are we? £8,500, something like that.
Somewhere around
on that one.
Yeah.
1968. Yeah.
And we do well with these, don't we? We do like our Jags and our Daimlers.
Yeah,
So we do
great
well.
Shape, isn't it?
It's a great shape.
Great shape.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Right, moving on.
Moving on. So this is a sport wagon,
Yes.
but it's a very special sport wagon.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 9.3 Aero. This is a 2.8 V6 with the Hirsch conversion.
Ooh.
So the Saab we were talking about earlier at the kickoff.
Yeah, with the Abbott conversion.
With the Abbott.
Yeah.
This is the Hirsch
Yep.
sort of take on it.
Yeah.
Obviously in more modern form. It's a 9.3 sport wagon.
So
260 brakes, something like that from new.
bit of a sleeper,
Maybe a bit
really, isn't
more,
it?
Bit of a sleeper.
There is something about it, though. You look at it and you think that's got something.
It looks very
slightly
perfect.
lower on the suspension.
Yeah.
The wheels
Yeah.
are lovely. Maybe I don't know. Is that a body kit? Is that standard? But
Yeah, it looks a little bit lower.
It looks purposeful.
It looks very purposeful indeed. Apparently, it's only one of 200 factory-built Hirsch conversions.
Really?
So that in itself is a rare.
Let's have a look inside.
It's a rare thing.
Well, that's nice, isn't it? Look at that. How nice is that?
Mileage 75,000-ish. And I think we're looking at somewhere between £6,000 and £7,000 for that one, Jim.
Do you know what? I've got a bit of a horn for this. I think this is rather
Hang on a
nice.
minute. It's not a Jag, it's not red, and it's not wire on wires.
I know, but
What's going wrong?
look at it.
It is. And it got a cherished reg on it as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, you have. Yeah.
I always think Saabs to be respectable people who own them.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it just kind of
Yeah,
resonates
you're
with
right,
me. So,
you're right.
But that would be a little bit of a
Yeah.
slight leaning towards a bit of hooliganism
Yeah, I think
with
so.
its performance.
I think you're right.
And that would embarrass many a car, that.
I think it would. And it's a very stylish, practical package as well, isn't it?
It is.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's have a wander over here, Jim. We've done the Land Rover. So, yeah, let's have a look at this Saab.
This Saab, yeah.
Another Saab. So, this is a 99. It's a GL 5-speed. Now,
It's not 1999, it's 2001.
It
It's
is.
a 99 model.
it's a 99.
Just not
yeah.
to confuse the
No,
people
no,
out
absolutely.
there.
99 model. Now, the strange thing is that apparently there's only about 70 Saab 99 5-speeds left.
Is there?
Yeah, GLs.
Right, okay.
We've got two of them for sale.
Corner in
We've
the
got
market.
white one we showed people the other week.
Yeah.
With the Ronels and the sunroof.
Yeah.
This one hasn't got such niceties, but
But it's completely stock
as
standard.
a result, it's completely
And that's
stock.
great.
And I think find another one.
Yeah.
Charlotte, just come and have a look at this interior, because notwithstanding the fact that this is such a period colour, now cream, ivory, beige, whatever you want to call it, look at that interior. Those seats are something special.
And that gives you an indication of how well built Saabs were,
Yeah.
how over-engineered they were back in the
Absolutely.
day. And it's a great shame
Absolutely.
they don't exist anymore, but
Yeah,
this is when a car was a car.
absolutely. I mean, this is 40 years old now, Jim.
Yeah, but look at it.
The condition of it is great. It's complete. By the looks of it, it's completely original. It's done 60,000 miles. It was recommissioned in 2023. There are bills on file for about £2,500 when it was recommissioned. So by the looks of it, had a new clutch. There's some other bills in the file as well for when it was new or nearly new.
Yeah,
We've got the original book pack from the dealer,
Yeah.
which was in Aberdeen. We've got tax discs with it that go back to 1986. So, you know,
that gives you an indication, doesn't it,
does
of
some really nice
someone's
stuff
loved
with it.
this, haven't
Somebody's
they?
loved this, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and I can see why.
So, £5,000-6,000 will probably buy that on the day for something that is increasingly rare.
But that's, you know, if you think about that, it ticks all the boxes. It's lovely condition, it's safe,
Yep.
it's manual, it's 5-speed.
Yes.
You go to any car show, Festival and Exception will be delighted with that.
Yes.
You could even win something with that.
Yeah.
That is lovely.
It's great, isn't it?
And it's still a pleasing shape.
It's a very pleasing shape. Absolutely. Yeah. And we have got the wheel trim.
I noticed that.
Yeah, we've
wheel
got the
trim's
wheel
on the
trim in
front
the car.
seat. Yes.
So that will come complete with the wheel trim.
Even the number plate's quite good as well in some
is,
respects.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you could make something of that too if you
Yeah,
wanted to.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And it's still got the. Yeah, it looks like got the original dealer plates.
It's got the original dealer plates
Wow.
front to rear, but also it's got the dealer sticker, the matching dealer sticker, in the rear window as well.
So that's nice, isn't it? They're
So
the
it all
things.
ties together.
They're the things you can't replicate.
It all ties together.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we've got this here, which Mark is just cleaning. So we've got a Range Rover here, obviously. This one is the 4.4 litre V8.
Right. Okay.
So BMW engine,
Yeah.
85, 86,000
So this is the petrol
miles.
engine?
This is the petrol rather than diesel.
Yep.
Yeah. So the one we showed before was a
diesel. Yes.
This is the 4.4 litre petrol, the BMW engine.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see one that's a different colour. So metallic green.
Yeah, it's a lovely colour, isn't it?
With the magnolia interior.
Yeah.
It scrubs up nicely. It's got matching tyres all around, which I think is always a good sign.
It is.
It's being cared for.
Wow, look at that in there. How nice is that?
Yeah.
How nice.
So when these were introduced back in the day, 2002 time, 2001,
yeah,
these were quite a thing.
They were.
And this one's an early one.
Yes. And it's a standard one as well.
And it's standard as well.
Again, it's not been modded in any way, shape or form.
It looks entirely stock.
And as you say, it's it's that condition. It's just been MOT'd as well, I believe.
Just been MOT, yeah.
So you've got those tyres. It just makes you realise it's come from a good home.
Yeah.
There's little bits of cosmetic here and there, but that's
one
to be
or two
accepted.
little scuffs here and there.
Yeah.
Front bumper notice, rear bumper, but those can be tidied up reasonably cheaply.
Of course they can.
But overall, that's a good example of that particular mark of Range Rover.
Yeah, and they are becoming very collectible now. People are using these as classic practical cars.
Yeah. So price-wise on this one, Jim, same as the other one, £5,000 to £6,000.
Is it
that was
really?
a higher mileage. This one's done 85, 86,000. That one's a diesel. This one's the petrol. So you pay your money, you take your choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Brilliant.
Well, that works well, doesn't it?
So I think we're about done there, Jim.
I think we are. So this is the last walkabout now because Paul will do his bit on Wednesday of next week, which will go out. But we do have some more things coming. I know we're late in the day, but I think we've got a Lotus Esprit possibly a Corvette.
Yes.
Possibly
an Eclat.
Yes, possibly an Eclat.
And there is actually something very, very interesting and special on its way as we speak.
Is it an XR2?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. It's an 1984 Audi 80 Quattro.
Oh, yes.
But
yes,
it's not any old Quattro.
It's a
Audi
proper
80.
Quattro, isn't it?
It is. It's got 650 brake horsepower because it's got an Audi S2 engine fitted and an RS4 gearbox.
Oh.
And still four-wheel drive.
Oh, there's a car.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
And it's red.
And it's red as well. It is indeed. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that and telling people about that.
Yeah, that's nice. And I'm sure there's other things coming as well because the guys are still speaking to people about consigning cars and motorbikes. The guys are just behind us now, being out and seeing our new van, by the way. Look at our new van. It's all getting signed written next week. But Dave and John are just being out to get some motorbikes in Warrington. So it's still coming. There are bits and pieces coming. Keep watching, keep looking at the website because it's getting bigger and bigger as we go along. And don't forget the sale is Saturday for cars at 10 o'clock, the 7th of December. And on Sunday, the 8th of December at 10 o'clock, the bike boys will have their glory with the bikes.
Here's some additional new entries for our auction on the 7th of December. Just new arrivals today. So very exciting. We've got this lovely Citroen Saxo. It's a VTR. It's in two-tone silver with the grey. It's in great condition. Low owners from new. I think there's only one previous owner on the V5. Just over 30,000 miles. It will come with 12 months MOT. Pretty rare to find these, so unspoiled. If you have a look at the rear parcel shelf, there's no speaker holes there. It hasn't been max powered at all like lots of these were. Very straight and original little car, this. Just have a look in there, Charlotte. It's got the original seats. What looks like the original radio as well. And we've got some documentation with it as well. Just a really nice little classic. Like I say, it will come with 12 months MOT. So a super little classic there. And that's available at no reserve. So watch your space on this one when it goes through the auction on the 7th of December. And here's our second late arrival for the auction on the 7th of December. Audi 80 Quattro. But no ordinary Audi 80 Quattro. This is running a S2 5-cylinder engine with a huge turbocharger on it. It's got these very attractive Oz Racing alloys. See Mark there just cleaning it. We've got the 80 Quattro designation there in the rear window, which I believe is correct. And we're also running a 6-speed RS4 gearbox in this as well. So this thing really shifts. I haven't driven it yet, but I'm looking forward to doing it. Presents very nice in Guards Red. There's one or two little bits and bobs over it, but just needs a bit of tidying. But overall, It's a super looking classic. Have a look inside there, Charlotte. Got the full leather seats there, front and rear. The Audi Sport steering wheel as well. Price wise on this one, well, it's very difficult to price because there's nothing else like it on the market, but we think around about £12,000 or £13,000 is its price point. So we will see how it does at the auction. If you want to know more about this car or the Citroen, give us a ring in the office or have a look at our website, manorparkclassics.com.